Improving the listening takes more time than I thought, but it's actually easy. So if you don't know me, soy Iván, un nativo del español with 19 months in Japanese, 46 months in English, and as an athlete, I'm on a mission to help fucked up language learners who can't study for more than 5 hours on a daily basis. I thought that improving the listening will take more effort than I thought, but in reality, someday I've just been able to hear perfectly every syllable, even from people who really speak at a fast pace. Here's the example of a YouTuber that I know for a fact that he understands 99% of the words he says.
科学的根拠はないけど全男がやるべき習慣5選。1、オナキン。
And of course, Japanese dramas, podcasts, and anime are not really a problem anymore. The only thing here will be some animes in specific in which they come up with like very weird vocabulary, and yeah, I can understand every syllable, but like if you come with some vocabulary that was used like 200 years ago, then literally of course I'm not going to understand. I've come to realize that definitely just listen to what you want. So if I'm being totally honest, you can just improve so much if you keep watching anime. It makes sense that you keep being stoked at N2 because you keep doing the same methods. But there's more or less a solution to this if you want to keep watching anime for some reason and not change your content. The first solution to this problem is listening to fast-paced anime. So that's anime like Gintama or anime like Love the Complex. So in the second one, you have literally Kansei Ben, and in the first one, you have literally kind of like weird vocabulary, but in reality, not that much weird vocabulary. And also these two animes talk at a very much faster pace than the normal anime you will usually watch. And the second solution is, you will keep watching the same animes you have watched until now, but when you finish the anime, you will make a condensed audio of it. There's a lot of tutorials on how to make condensed audio. I'm not going to explain it. And when you finish making the condensed audio of the anime you have already watched, you will listen to that same condensed audio as passive listening whenever you go to a gym, whenever you're cleaning your house, wherever, and you will listen to it at a 1.5x speed, 1.7x speed, right? This will make you be used to very blurrish type of speech, and whenever you watch another anime with the same voices as that anime that you're hearing now at a 1.5x speed, you will notice that it's really slow, and it will help you at noticing everything and basically just improving your listening. And I'm not going to lie, even with this solution, you will go to listen to real Japanese speech and it will seem like you can't understand anything because it's kind of different to anime. Not really that much different, but yeah, definitely is different. So I suggest that whenever you're in the phase in which you can understand anime without really that much problems, you jump straight into something like Japanese drama. And then after hearing some Japanese drama, you go to YouTube. That's probably the best course of action. Now the real thing here and the key of getting a good listening, if I'm being honest, is repetition. So the podcasts I listen to are so good for me that I can actually listen to them again and again without having to worry about getting bored of it. So you should actually try to imitate that. How to acquire listening vocabulary fast. So maybe you don't comprehend this concept, but it's something I came up with to just make easier my learning. And it is that there's two types of vocabulary, listening and reading vocabulary. The two of them don't really relate on anything with each other, and not because you have 20 keywords in reading means that you have 20 keywords in listening. But there's something really cool here, which is that the two of them help each other a lot. So how they help each other? So if you have 20 keywords in your reading vocabulary, usually you have less vocabulary in your listening, right? So if you go to a video and you put subtitles in there, you really will not pay that much attention to the subtitles, and you'll be able to acquire more in your listening skill because you don't really have to pay attention to the subtitles because your reading is good, and it's not going to make you pay less attention to the listening. And there's another thing too, which is, yeah, you're not paying that much attention to the subtitles, but whenever you don't understand something in your listening, you just take literally a quick look at the kanji, and since you have a lot of vocabulary, it will be really easy to understand what the person is saying. So yeah, having reading vocabulary will help your listening, but not the listening skill. You just improving listening by doing listening. It is as simple as that. And it also functions the other way around. So if you have more listening vocabulary than reading, whenever you listen to the reading of that word, you will say, oh, I already know that word. And if you combine the context in which you are seeing the word with the pronunciation of the word, you will notice, oh, it's actually very easy to acquire words in the other scenario if you already know the meaning of the word in one scenario. Now, acquiring listening vocabulary for me requires just one important action, which is having a total comprehension of the word. And I've been able to apply this perfectly by outputting for approximately 1 hour every day. asking ChatGPT questions about the vocabulary that I don't completely know. Why is this word used in this context and why not in this other context, and all of those things, right? Believe me, if you have a total comprehension of the word, you'll be able to notice it pretty easily and also be able to output it. It is like when you say something in the lines of watashi wa, you're able to say it without thinking about it because you have a total comprehension of the word. Now, there's two other actions which are not as important, but they will help you. So if you have good reading vocabulary, putting subtitles will help you to acquire listening vocabulary. I have already talked about this 1 minute ago, and now you understand why having reading vocabulary helps you to acquire listening vocabulary. And the other action is literally acquiring words normally through just pure listening without having to worry about anything. And I find that this happens naturally when you do some time in passive listening, so you don't really have to worry about this, since as long as you keep going, you will keep improving in listening. Improving in listening takes longer than you think, but happens faster also than you think. So this is honestly kind of self-explanatory, but honestly, don't worry about anything, just keep going. And as long as you keep going watching podcasts, whenever you go to a gym, whenever you clean your house, also listening to anime at 1.5x speed, 1.7x speed, like if you keep doing just those two things, you will improve at listening at like no time. And you will notice also another thing, and you have to kind of be aware with this, which is that not understanding something doesn't mean that your listening is bad. Maybe you lack vocabulary, or literally the person did not pronounce the word correctly. This happens a lot, and it doesn't mean that your listening is bad. It means that you literally just either lack vocabulary or the person literally just didn't pronounce the word correctly. That's it for the video. Check the first link in the description if you want to work with me. Adios.